Hello and welcome, and today I'm doing a shirt that I got off zvbest.com, and it is my hometown's home shirt, and it is, I come from Middlesbrough, and this is the new home shirt for the 23-24 season. So let's go look around this one, and already I've seen a bad sign. Sports performance, and I've also seen some dodgy things on this shirt which I'll point out on my way around. First off, that collar there looks all bunched up, doesn't look right. That's like the home shirt, it just feels cheap. Go around here, under there. Now I don't know if this is like the original where it goes like that, but to me that just doesn't look right. Go down here, bottom hem, up here, I think that material just doesn't feel right. I can't imagine it being like shirt material. Like I say, whenever I can get hold of a Borough shirt off the actual website, I'll do a test. I'll do a proper review. Right, let's have a look at these badges. Middlesbrough badge. That doesn't look too bad actually on this one this time. That's been embroidered. Area badge looks a little bit iffy to me. It just doesn't look uniformed. That E looks wrong, and that looks a bit wrong. It just doesn't look right. Here we have our main shirt sponsor, Unibet, and that doesn't feel too clever either. It feels cheap. It feels so cheap. And also this has been heat pressed on as well. And the 0 emissions, 0% emission, and it just feels cheap, really cheap. Boxed Life, and that's been heat pressed on as well. So at least they've been heat pressed on and just feel cheap. You have our authentic with a line through it. Is that saying it's not authentic? It 1988. That's what they had on last season's home shirt. Similar type of thing. But well, the front of the shirt just looks cheap. Right, let's flip it over and see what it's like around there. Right, start at the bottom this time. Bottom hem, not bad. Onto the sleeve, which just feels so cheap. Around there, good. Bit of a bunched up bit of threading there. Around there, good. Another bit of thread there. Around there. Around there. And on the back of this one we have, which is actually on the shirt, Horse Stay Luxury Holiday Homes Management, and that feels actually cheap as well. It just feels so cheap. This 1876, is that, I don't know if that is right. I'll have to look at the pictures on Google. That looks pretty decent. It's not like I've seen some really bad shirts where it's like, wow, weird shit. That's not too bad. Well, overview of the back. Let's turn it inside out and see what it's like in there. Right, here we are on the inside. Neckline. We have our first bit of loose threading. That looks a little bit iffy. No, it's just where it's been stitched. Around here. Under there. More loose threading. Go down here. more loose threading. Bottom of the shirt where we have more loose threading. Here we have our washing instructions on some weird tag. Never seen one like that before, but as we usually say, turn inside out, hand wash, or put on a very gentle setting on your washer, and it should last. And your shirt should last a long time. Up here, under there, and we have more loose threadings. Well, we need a pair of scissors for this one. Look at the badges. Well, we have paper, we have stitching, and it just doesn't look very clever, does it? The Middlesbrough badge, I thought that was sewn on, but it's not, it's been glued on. Unibet, that's been heat pressed on so we can see it through this material, which is very, very light, which makes it feel cheap. Right, overview. Let's turn it around and see what it's like around there. Right, here we are at the other side of the shirt. Start at the bottom again. Line, decent. Not bad. I use threading, no. No, any on that part there? No. 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 Well, the other side was terrible for loose stitching, but this side not too bad. We can see the sponsor through this side. And at the top of the shirt we'll hide that away. Sports Performance Strikes Back. I've had a couple of good ones off them, but this one goes back to their usual standards. Right, let's have a look at this. Even that's all the cock. Look, Borough 1876, Borough 1876, and it goes down. Look, yeah, it's like a cliff. Not good. Here we have our area. Oaky Tex standard 100%. Something. It was on last season's shirt. I don't know what it means. And they've both been heat pressed on. And like I said, that's just dodgy. Right. Overview. Let's turn it inside out and I'll do my final thoughts and wrap up this video. Right, here we are back at the front. Right, we'll start with material. Yeah, it feels so cheap. Really does feel cheap. Like I said, I got this off ZV Best. This is probably the worst shirt that I've ever had of them. Well, once again, Sports Performance bites back because of the body shirt that I got for last season, the away one. I mean, that was rubbish. I mean, at least like I say, this has been heat pressed on, even though it's just so cheap. I mean, it's so cheap, the heated on badges, it just feels so cheap. And then you've got this, looks like it's been sewn wrong. So the badge is the only good thing about the front of this, and it just feels so cheap, really does. Delivery time, that was actually decent, because delivery took from the first. It was said it was. I ordered it, so it took about 15 days, which is actually fairly good. But no wonder when you get quality like this from Sports Performance. I mean, like I say, I will be getting the actual Borough shirt from the actual MFC store whenever they actually get some more in stock, and I'll do a proper review of a shirt that's actually made by a company and not by some rubbishy company like Sports Performance. So I hope you've liked this review. If you have, give me a big thumbs up for it. Every like helps me out. why not consider subscribing to me? Cost you nothing. Just helps my channel grow. It just helps the algorithms and helps my channel get out there to the people. Drop me a comment. See what you think of this one. If there's any Borough fans out there that actually watch it, see what you think. Is it as bad as I'm seeing? And like I say, so yeah, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll be back with another shit next time. Bye bye now.